sliding on through with a whole lot of energy, man. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support your boy. Hit that bell notification for future fire content. So, guys, I figured I'd give you guys an update my first month in. 2025, man. It's been, like I said, almost 19 years since I've been incarcerated, man. And I'm going to tell you something, man. In all the yards I've been in all these years, I feel like I'm on a level 2 yard right now. It's a level 3, a lot of their lifers here. There's people a lot of time like me. Unless you're doing life or having extreme violence or catching murder cases, that's the only time they send you usually to the SMU, which is like the shoot for a couple of years. Then you downhouse to a level 4. Fortunately for me, you know what I mean, my years landed me on a level 3, and man, the shit that goes on over here, it's fucking crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, if you're minding your own business, if you're not doing whatever you're not supposed to be doing, you're gonna be all right, you know. And for the most part, it ain't group stuff. It's usually internal. You know what I'm saying? There's been a couple pegadas. There's been a couple people passed out. Every day there may be a fight, or a lot of times, you know, people are getting smashed off on the yard. I mean, every day. I've been here 35 days, and there's already been, I think, like 3 or 4 stabbings, couple pack outs, and people getting smashed off. You know what's going on, and I'm gonna do something a little bit about this. Is they stopped the IHP shit in Arizona, and all this shit, the IHP shit that they were doing, right, stems from California, believe it or not, the federal ruling. That's why they did the non-designated program yards back home. And what I'm finding out was it was a black dude that was complaining about not being able to sit where he wanted to sit. Now the same thing goes on. So what they did for a couple of years, they had these IHP yards. But now what you're seeing is they're starting to send people who were partial IHP, which is GAD, to IHP yards. But in full IHP, they're sending people that are full IHP to partial IHP yards. So it's a big clusterfuck. You know what I mean? And every day it's like something new. And on top of having to deal with new health issues, man, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I probably, to be honest with you, I probably would have rather been on a level 4 because I like the structure. I like the, you know, the less bullshit. And, you know, when shit goes on those yards, you know, it's something that's worth it. When shit goes on something like these type of yards, it's because someone, I'm going to sit there and say like this. The politics back home don't allow for people to slip up as much. And when they do, you deal with it. Over here, you have a rope, you know what I'm saying, to hang yourself. You know, people fucking that are, you know, on freeze or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, secretly trying to use or do stuff like that. That's what type of shit that goes on over here. People getting dead, just like back home, they fucking go to everybody, you know what I'm saying, and then they roll it up. You know, so, you know, 2025, prison hasn't changed, man. It just evolved. And, you know, where's it going to take? Where's the future going to take? That's the one thing that I keep on pushing. Because, you know, when I was coming into the system, it was a little different. You know, we respected our elders. We didn't do stuff, you know, behind that. And if you did, it would be found out and it would be dealt with on a level that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, you're done. You know, the strictness and the discipline, the conditioning, and the regimen program that we used to have would not allow for certain things. So being somebody like myself, it makes it hard, you know, because I get up at like 4:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I still go do my burpees. I still go do all the stuff that I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like as if I was back home. You know what I'm saying? I don't get high. You know what I mean? I don't indulge. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to fucking, you know, mix business with, you know, or mix conversations with too many people exposing business. You know, that's just, you know, it's just, I don't know if it's like that back home. That's the thing that I don't try to sit there and compare the two. Because comparing the two would be disrespectful here. I just go day in and day out with whatever comes my way. You know what I'm saying? But there's been some crazy fucking shit though, man. You know what I'm saying? And some of it was just like, wow, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? You had one race that got high with someone else and they were drinking. And fucking, he looked at the dude and said, come on, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And tried to grab his hand and put it on his shit. Next thing you know, the dude didn't want it. He ended up beating the shit out of the dude. And then a couple weeks later, a couple days later, they tried to remove the dude. Fucking, he ended up helping the dudes out to try to remove him. That's the kind of shit that you're seeing here. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I said, though, I'm just a visitor. I'm on vacation. You know what I'm saying? And just every day, I take it day by day. You know, it's not going to change me or, you know, affect me. You know, it's anybody that's been to Yuma, they'll probably tell you that it's a hellhole. It's going to be fucking 120 degrees here in the summer. and there's just, you're right next to Mexico. There's nothing really going on over here. Most of the CEOs here, they don't care. I mean, I've never seen a yard where we're on the yard and there's no yard cops out there. There's no gunner. There's nobody watching you. So when shit happens, I swear to God, about 75% of the time, nobody gets caught. They end up, most people, they get smashed out, they end up growing it up, and going to medical, but every once in a while they catch it, but for the most part, they don't. I've been through about 7 times where they've come into all our units and check our hands because they don't know who did what. Back home it was like, man, if something happens, they seen it. I'm saying they were on it. The gunner was fucking blasting you. Here they don't see it. So I hear that stuff is going on in California on the level 4 yards too. So violence in these prisons, it just escalated. And my part of it is, I know back home there was a little bit more looser guidelines on using dope, right? Same thing here. And what happens when you have that? Motherfuckers start fucking up. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I hope, man, eventually that I get out, maybe in 6 years or 7 years, and right now my biggest challenge is medical bullshit. The medical stuff that they have under Thornhill versus Jensen, it's fucking real. So I've already been logging everything down. I've done an informal request. Put a grievance in because, man, like they're shitting me with my insulin, and I'm supposed to eat within 15 minutes, and it's taking an hour for them to feed me. Just weird shit, you know what I mean? About 4 hours of my day, I'm trying to go from one side of the yard to the other just to get my shit, and being diabetic and being a new diabetic is like fuck, I was wondering why, out of nowhere, back in like November, I just was getting lazy and stuff. I guess finally the diabetes fucking, I have diabetes, I have the tumor in my liver, I got all kinds of health issues going on, man. So I'm just trying to hopefully fucking, do the best I can to make sure I make it back home. You know what I'm saying? That's just the whole plan, and I ain't worried about all the other shit, I know how to keep my head above water. There's, like I said, there's about me and like 2 other Northerners, one old school OG over here, there's another home by another yard, but, it's just different for me. Like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to, more structure. I'm used to fucking, educating people, running shit, and doing stuff like that. So, for the first time in my life, I'm able to take a step back and not worry about knowing what's always going on. Even though I like to be informed and aware of shit, and I know how to keep my fucking head on swivel and be aware of my surroundings, and my education. At least my education is so well up to par still. You know what I mean? You don't lose it. I know this. Safeguarding yourself, protecting yourself. I mean, I do things that other people don't do for my own safety. You know what I'm saying? And other people, we have a loose program. I mean, they wonder why they get caught sleeping or why they fucking fuck up or why this happens, man. And like I said, I don't really try to discuss anything about anybody while I'm here. I'm just trying to hopefully make it back out home safe and away from the bullshit. But there's some stuff that's fucking comical too, man. Like, you got people fucking, that are fucking out there in the yard looking like J-Cats, fucking fighting invisible people. You got people fucking, running around butt naked on the yard sometimes, fucking, because they're fucking on that spice. So you see some funny shit too, man. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you see some crazy shit, like fucking, like I said, I've seen people fucking, where they tried to remove, next thing you know, they go break a broomstick and they're trying to poke people. You know what I'm saying? There's some that I can't speak on, but man, if it would have been bad, it would have been bad. And that's just the way of prison.